Recovery doesn't start tomorrow. Recovery starts right now. Here to help, it's Rated R for Recovery.
Our first guests are men who are involved with a program called the Integrity House. That is correct, gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes, and we have Rob and John. Welcome to the show. Give them a nice round of applause.
So good to be here.
And Rob, we'll start with you. What is your background, and how did you found Integrity House?
My background, part of my testimony is that I grew up in Brooklyn, and my father was in Vietnam, so he came back with PTSD and also a raging alcoholism. So when I was growing up, I was very comfortable with alcohol around me. I also grew up, unfortunately, very comfortable with violence around me, and I kind of followed suit in that. As I was growing up, I got involved with drugs and alcohol myself, and as the cycle goes, usually the son is worse than the father, and that's kind of what had happened. So I finally had enough of that lifestyle, and I decided that I wanted to change. I met Jesus. The way that I met Jesus was that I was in the emergency room after another stabbing. I was in another fight, and I was about to die, and I saw the light, and I was really happy, actually. I was relieved. I was glad that all of the pain and the misery was over.
How old were you then?
About 25.
How old are you now?
41.
Okay, all right.
I had to think about that for a second.
That's okay. That's okay.
After 21, I stopped counting.
Yeah, I know how that is. Believe me. So you're dying in the hospital. Lost a lot of blood, did you?
Mm-hmm. And then I felt that a presence that wanted me to go back, and it was Jesus. And he told me to go back. That I still had some work more to do, and that's the beginning of my walk with the Lord.
Excellent. And so, what is Integrity House?
Integrity House is a safe house. I'm going to read to you the card that we have. Integrity House is a safe housing option for those struggling with life and who may need a helping hand. We don't believe in handouts. We do believe in a help up or a boost so that they can become productive, stable, and consistent again. And our number is 774-316-6940. And that's a toll-free number.
What we're going to do, as I turn to my producer, Troy, our producer, Troy, is we're going to have a link eventually for all these people, and you'll have to bear with us. We are rebuilding a website right now, so the current website you'll still be able to live stream on tonight, be able to see on, and then in the future we'll have a link to the Integrity House on Rated R for Recovery website.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so is Integrity House only for men?
We right now have only a house for the men. We are expanding to accommodate women and then also single moms. The way that the vision actually started was in the church, which is in Naples. A single mom came up to us and she was telling us that she was having a hard time making it, which again, as I was growing up and some of the other men that are involved, John Dunn and Craig Hunt, we've seen a lot of single moms struggle. So we have a lot of compassion. Many people that we know have come from single mother households. Mm-hmm. So when she came to us, we felt that we had to do more than just pray for her, because the Bible says in the book of James that you don't just tell a person that you can pray for them. You actually try to do something about the need.
And if I'm a subscriber to said Bible, somewhere it says take care of the widows and the moms, or someplace like that, right?
James 1:27.
All right then. Good for you. When did you find when did you found the Integrity House? How long has it been open?
About the middle of last December.
And who are you, sir?
John Dunn.
Okay, John. And what's your story?
Very similar to Pastor Rob's. I grew up in an alcoholic family, both my parents. I kind of got squared away and became a workaholic until I was about 40. In my early 40s, I started to drink some, and wasn't that big of a deal. And then just got a grip on me, and I kind of lived a cycle of addiction in and out of it. Made like 7 years one time with AA, but it was when I went all in with the Lord and at a program in town here called Word of Life, Living Life Dream Center, which actually Pastor Rob was a very, very big part of. He ran for a number of years. I was there for 9 months, and not only did I get physically and mostly squared away, but spiritually as well. Really, really pressed in the Word of God. And then I ended up at Pastor Rob's church, and we decided to open Integrity House. So it's kind of like part of my program. I'm involved with the men daily.
So you've been sober since that time? You came into
I've got almost 18 months now.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations.
And is the house in Naples?
No, the house is right here in Central Fort Myers.
Oh, okay.
But we probably at some point will have that as well.
Have a house in Naples also?
Sure.
Okay.
Our goal is to really make it hard for people to go to hell and also to stay in bondage, because we really want to affect as many people's lives as we can, because we've seen, and I'm sure that you guys also coming from the same background have a compassion for people that are struggling with bondage. Nobody likes to be in bondage. Nobody feels comfortable in it or enjoys it. Sometimes they just don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
I like the story that was told to me, because I don't make anything up. I get it from other people, that at one point I had fallen into a hole, and I could not get out of that hole. I could see the light. I couldn't reach the rim to climb out of that hole. And then another man jumped down in that hole with me, and I looked at him and said, "Why did you jump down? Now we're both stuck in this hole." And he took me by the hand and said, "I know the way out of this hole."
Amen.
And amen to that. How many beds do you have?
Right now we have 6.
And you have availability?
Yes, there's 2 beds.
Okay, all right. And in your, do you actually live at the homes, both of you, or how do you oversee the homes? What kind of rules are there, that sort of thing?
I'm there daily, 2-3 times a day. It's close to where I stay. We have a strong houseman position, assistant director, if you will, and it's more than a halfway house. It's like a 3/4 house. The rules are very, very high accountability. Especially curfew, 11 o'clock, 1 a.m. on the weekends. Nobody's allowed in the house but the men that live there. We encourage at least 2 functions a week, 1 church and 1 AA meeting or something similar to that. We ask for 6 hours of community service. We have a meeting every Thursday. It lasts an hour and a half. We bring in guest speakers, pastors. And we just, we encourage fellowship. And God just takes care of the rest. He puts the right men at the right time, and they grow and contribute.
We believe also in one-on-one mentoring. That's why we have some of the speakers come and get involved. And something that we've found, also in running the New Life Dream Center for so many years and Word of Life, I found that you can't do it for other people. They have to really desire to do it for themselves. And what we have is we believe very strongly in the honor system. I believe in treating men like men, and also that they have to live up to their responsibilities as men. So it's their responsibility to be on time. It's their responsibility to remain sober and clean, and also to ask for help. And I'm not saying that we don't help them, because when they do, what we have to look for, and what we look for, is that a desire to really stay clean, or a desire to change a person, for them to change their life. That, to me, is one of the most important factors.
I think that once men start coming into these types of homes, these clean and sober homes, living facilities, halfway houses, Christian or otherwise, that the ones that want it come up and you know who they are. And the ones that are just doing the old behavior, such as I did, of manipulation, of lying, of whatever, that comes to the surface too, and you're able to weed those people out. Do you have a situation where you have a criteria that if you don't meet this, if you don't do this, this, and this within a month, 2 months, then it's time to move on?
Yes, we do. Actually, John and Craig and I have weekly meetings. We evaluate each of the men. If they're not living up to their responsibilities, they're spoken to. We're not saying this in a good way, because we have no desire to have a flop house. What we have is high accountability, high integrity. I mean, the name of our church and also the name of the house is Integrity House.
And a purpose.
Exactly. And we try to give men their purpose, and we also help them to find a job. A lot of the men who come in, they don't have a job. They come directly from jail. And one of the great things is that because we've linked with other Christian business owners, that every man that has come into the house has found a job within 2 days.
Within 2 days?
Yeah.
Within 2 days, because we help them and get them connected if they're serious. And they actually do an excellent job and are a good testimony.
Okay. What if you get somebody that, like me, I didn't come into recovery till I was 51 years old. My background is not manual labor. I am not the strongest guy in the world. And I have everyone has different talents, they excel in different areas. What do you do with somebody like me, or somebody like me, I should say, which I did say, I think, that is not the guy that you could send out to tar a roof or dig a ditch? What type of positions do you find these type of men?
Well, what we try to do is this, and again, we are limited. We are just starting out, so we try to help as many people as we can. What we would do is if the person has a really strong desire to change, we would begin to help them. We would help them to connect with other agencies, maybe the Career Center. I believe, and that John believes, and also Craig, and this is why we started to do this, is that every person is unique, precious, and priceless, one-of-a-kind creation of Christ. They're valuable, so we'll do everything that we can. We don't always have all the answers, but we have a strong desire to help every person that can come through the doors.
Were you exposed to any type of positive influences, recovery or otherwise, in Brooklyn?
No.
None?
Probably not, no.
So the pain of remaining the same got so great that you wanted to change?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The way that I had, I don't want to be a little bit too graphic, but I actually had gotten so tired of life that I really wanted to end it myself, but I really didn't have the guts to do it. So I was really kind of putting myself in so many dangerous situations that I was hoping somebody else would do it.
Yeah.
I
had that problem.
Go ahead.
That's it. I had that problem.
I had that. I think a lot of us do. That at some point, I remember one time I had a gun pointed right to my head, and I was just saying, "Go!" And I just smiled and said, "Go for it." So pull the trigger. But obviously, God had other plans.
Yeah.
Or else I wouldn't be sitting here with a stiff back.
I'm glad you didn't.
So am I. So is my family, I think, too. Well, now they are anyway. Probably then they wouldn't have cared. John, your experience since coming to the Integrity House is what?
God's got a destiny for me, and it's become a big part of my program, if you will. He's given me my driver's license back. I'm also involved in the church. It was amazing to watch how three guys came together at the right time, and it just happened. We didn't have to really try that hard.
And I like how you say that God gave you your driver's license back, not that I got my driver's license back.
I wouldn't have given it back to me if you saw my record. You wouldn't either.
Okay. So now, once again, Integrity House in Central Fort Myers. That's correct, and they can get a hold of you how?
Just call 774-316-6940. You can even leave a message, and we'll get that transcribed on a text.
And you do have a couple of beds available now.
At the moment, yes.
Which is something that we may or may not be able to help you with, because both Joy and I get calls, not every day, occasionally saying, we've got this person.
What do we do with them?
Yeah, they want to be clean and sober, but where do we put them? And that's a terrible thing, to be on the street and have no place to go. And because I've been there personally. So we want to thank you both for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on the show with us. We hope you'd come back and be a regular here at Rated R for Recovery. Would that be possible?
Sure. Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
And once again, let's have a nice round of applause for Rob and John, the Integrity House. We are going to take a slight commercial break right now. And when we come back, we have a young lady that's actually been to hell and back. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Rated R for Recovery, ratedrforrecovery.com.
That's going to leave a mark. But not if you bring your vehicle to DHAB, your automotive rehab. Your one-stop shop for all auto body work and paint. No job too big or small. With over 25 years experience, DHAB can make your vehicle look like the accident never happened. DHAB, your automotive rehab, is located at 2534 Highland Street, 1 block off Edison Avenue in Fort Myers. So if you have a scratch, ding, dent, or bent, call DHAB, your automotive rehab, at 332-1813.
Have you been considering a kitchen renovation or bathroom remodeling? There's no one better to call than the professionals at Honey's Construction. Value, beauty, and functionality. Get the right design for your kitchen or bathroom and add significant value to your home. Call Honey's Construction today at 229-4934 for a free in-home consultation. Honey's Construction's purpose and mission is to fulfill dreams and to be grateful for the many blessings we enjoy each and every day. 229-4934. Get the taste of home while eating out. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering. Open daily for breakfast and lunch and located at 2400 First Street in downtown Fort Myers. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering specializes in homemade soups, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. And Gwendolyn's has been rated 5 stars by Urban Spoon and Yelp. Get the taste of home while dining out. Or let us bring the taste of home to your home with our free delivery. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering, 2400 First Street, downtown Fort Myers.
Every Friday night at 6:45 p.m., experience Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church at 13 Southeast 21st Place in Cape Coral. The purpose of Celebrate Recovery is to encourage fellowship and to celebrate God's healing power in our lives as we work our way along the road to recovery. By working through the 12 steps and 8 principles of Celebrate Recovery, we grow spiritually and we are freed from our hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Celebrate Recovery every Friday night at 6:45 p.m. at Grace Church, 13 Southeast 21st Place in Cape Coral.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Bust a gut laughing at Off the Hook Comedy Club inside Captain Brian's Seafood and Raw Bar.
For tickets, call 239-389-6900. That's 389-6900. Or visit OffTheHookComedy.com. Off the Hook Comedy Club inside Captain Brian's Seafood and Raw Bar. Enjoy the best raw bar in Southwest Florida and a menu of delicious entrees like juicy prime rib and the best seafood, period. Located at 599 South Collier Boulevard, Suite 218 on Marco Island, across from the Hilton Hotel. Visit OffTheHookComedy.com.
J&J Appliance Repair, Inc. is a Christ-centered company of 3 years. We operate our company using God's golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. That is honestly, dependably, and as quickly as possible at a fair price. That's just what we do. With 30-plus years experience, we keep updated through continuing education. We repair all makes and models, as well as install dishwashers and hot water tanks. There's vent cleaning, which includes the dryer. We're family-owned and operated, insured, licensed, and serviced Lee County. Call 239-440-4452.
When it comes to your vehicle, 2 words are all that really matters: reliable and honest. And that is AJ Auto Repair. Located at 15580 McGregor Boulevard in Fort Myers, AJ Auto Repair has been servicing Lee County for over 20 years. Stop in anytime for a free estimate, like us on Facebook, or call us at 432-2882. That's 432-2882. Remember, for fast, friendly, reliable, honest service, it's AJ Auto Repair. AJ Auto Repair, your one-stop auto repair headquarters. Honest and reliable. Are you, a friend, or even a family member, or just someone you know, looking to buy a home in this tropical paradise? From first-time home buyer to investor, Tiffany Packard has the resources you need to guide you through the purchasing process. Perhaps you have a home you're considering selling, or would like to know the value of. Maybe you want to build your dream home and watch as your vision becomes reality. Tiffany Packard can help you with all your real estate needs. Call Tiffany Packard at Myloff Abashan, 542-1075. That's 542-1075, or email Tiffany at MyLoffAbashanRealty.com.
Feeling alone? Feeling lost? Feeling helpless? We're here to help.
You're listening to Rated R for Recovery at RatedRforRecovery.com. We'd like to welcome you back to the show. We'd like to thank Studio 7 Cafe and Coffee House, Coffee Company, for hosting our show. We're located on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral, Florida. Heard around the world on RatedRforRecovery.com.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. We'd like to thank Jocelyn from Pink Cloudwear. She is here in the back. Selling her wares, and that's recovery-related T-shirts. Well, you can listen to us and like us on the Facebook, share us with your friends, hear us on YouTube, iTunes, and as you heard during the commercial break, thanks to Captain Brian at Captain Brian's Off the Hook Comedy Club, PodcastCafeLive.com, and of course, each and every week, live streaming and past shows are available at RatedRforRecovery.com. Whew. That's a lot to say.
We're everywhere.
We are. We're everywhere. And right now, our next guest, who is one of our original guests when we aired on a station in Fort Myers, Lee County, called 96 K-Rock, is Angel. Welcome back, Angel.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
How are you?
I'm well. Angel and I were joking in the break there how I need to shut up and listen, so I was shutting up and listening. Angel, tell us a little bit about what you were like years ago and what brought you to recovery.
What was I like? I was off the chain. I was crazy. I was violent. I was...
Wild child?
Oh, yes. I drank too much. I drugged too much. I had too much sex. I went from silence to violence.
Wow.
What does that mean?
That means that you might say something to me, and I won't say anything. I would just choke you out.
Okay, all right. And I'm easily choked out. I'm a thin man and an older man, so I'm easily choked out, so I've got to watch my P's and Q's here.
Yes, you do.
And why don't you just take us through the end of the how bad it really got, and then what made you say, I've got to change something?
Well, the last part of my drinking career and drugging career, I was in a dark place. I was just really dark. I was sad. I was depressed. I thought there was something wrong with me, and I thought it was that I was mental. I thought I was just crazy. I thought I needed to be hospitalized because I had been hospitalized when I was like 12, 13. So I knew that there was some help out there. I just didn't know what I needed. And so I had been going to church to take my daughter to a youth group. And so I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I would go and I would sit in on the Bible studies, and I felt okay doing that. However, I didn't,
Really participate?
no, not really. And I felt like a hypocrite, because I was getting high and I was drinking and I was doing whatever I wanted to do, and I just knew I was not doing the right things. And I definitely did not feel good.
So when did this epiphany, or whatever you want to call it, come to the point where you said, all right, something's got to give. I'm doing this Bible study, but I'm not all in, because you felt you felt something tugging at your heart saying this is not
Convicted.
right. Yes, that's the word great word.
So word he was avoiding?
Yeah,
So
I was convicted every time I walked in the church.
So what changed?
Well, one day at the coffee pot, there was a guy. He was all shiny and happy, and I wanted to get away from him as fast as I could, because that does not
Sit well.
Yeah. I wanted to hurt
So
him because
annoying.
he's so happy. Yeah.
Choke him out, maybe?
So, but he had told me that he had gone to a meeting on the beach, and so there I was in jail for the third time for a DUI, and I remembered him, and so I contacted him. I went to the church, and the pastor contacted him, and he was actually out on vacation, and he left his vacation and came and talked to me, and I was like, hey, I know that in the past I had to go to AA, and I used to go there and, find people to get drunk with and do other things with, and, it was just a big joke to me because I didn't want it.
Yeah, they say you'll find what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And so when I called this gentleman, he came from his vacation, and he talked to me, and I'm like, will you sponsor me? And he's like, well, the women are with the women and the men are with the men. And he gave me a lady's number, and she sponsored me right over the phone.
Wow.
Until I got to a meeting. And so I had a sponsor before I ever walked in the doors. And I worked as hard as I could on myself, and I got drunk 10 months later. And it was due to the fact that as much as I was putting myself into the program, I had this reservation of having my husband come back to me.
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't happen. That did not happen. My husband told me that you may have changed, but I haven't.
So you sort of set yourself up to be disappointed and.
Yeah, somebody else's husband died, and so I tried to get a hold of my husband, and he wouldn't get a hold of wouldn't contact me. And I clean houses, and so I was at somebody's house who had liquor, and so I'm always around liquor. And I was praying at God. I was like, I knew there was a God, but I didn't think that God loved me. Couldn't feel it. And so there I was with that bottle in my hand going, stop me, help me. And I drank. And so I decided right then when I drank it, that I was going to make sure that I drank it. And so I drank as much as I could, as fast as I could. And interesting enough, I know that I told you the women with the women and the men with the men. However, that's not really the way it works for me. It's not. The man that helped me the most, I have adopted him as my father, and he came and he helped me. He helped me. He cleaned the house that I was supposed to be cleaning and took me out of there and handed me over to a woman.
Right. Well, that whole thing about men with men and women with women is for the obvious reason that if a woman that's comes up to, or let me do it this way. If I'm a very attractive woman and I'm asking a man for help constantly and I can't talk to you guys, meaning the other women, that means that I'm stuck in this old behavior. I'm trying to manipulate something. And and back when in the 30s and 40s when 12-step recovery started, it was often men helping women or women helping men. I don't know which way or how it worked. But if the motive is pure, that's all that's the important thing, is the motive is pure. And 9 out of 10 times, it seems to be in my experience that women can be friends with men, but men have an agenda. And that's just been my experience. Maybe that's who I am. Maybe I need to look at myself. Maybe that's what I was thinking all the time.
Well, and most of the time, it should be men with men and women with women, but there are always occasional exceptions.
Yeah. In this case,
nothing is hard and fast in God's world.
In fact, you had 2 instances. Was that man that came and cleaned the house the same man that stopped his vacation?
No.
So there was 2 men that really didn't want anything other than just to help you.
I have another man in my life right now that doesn't want anything from me, and he's actually here tonight with his wife.
Okay.
And they, again, adopted me.
Okay. So how many years ago is this we're talking about?
4 years ago.
Okay. And so did you go through a treatment center or something? Or
yes, I did. At that time it was called SWAPIS, and I did the 28-day program. I did committed to being committed. It took 6 weeks to get in, so I had to go to a meeting to show my commitment to being committed.
Were you able to stay sober for that 6 weeks while you laid?
Yes,
wow.
Okay. I did. I got a home group. I had a sponsor. I worked the steps. I did everything I could. I lived at Yana. I lived there.
Which is a clubhouse in Southwest Florida.
Yes, and one of the things that I did was because I felt safe there. There was, I would, in the beginning, I would just pick up cigarette butts, and then it just kind of morphed into, I write on rocks, and I leave the rocks everywhere I go. As a teenager, I wrote graffiti, and I thought about it today while I was writing on a rock. I'm like, wow, I'm still doing graffiti as I threw the rocks down. But it's all good because those rocks, I surround myself in the loving thoughts that I need at that moment. And, to go back to the women with the women and the men with the men, another reason that through working the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, I was able to find out that I am a definite codependent.
That's what I was about to go.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah. All right, I think it's very prevalent in people with drug and alcohol addiction, once they put down the bottle or the drug, to find out that we're codependent. I think I'm a pretty sick person that way.
And what is codependency?
Yeah, what is it?
It's when we use other people as our sole source of
happiness.
Yes, everything. Love, entertainment, everything.
Attention.
And we put everything on that person. And we are unable to function without that person. It's also not being able to love yourself. And that's how that happened for me. I had a lot of abandonment issues. And one of the things I never felt was love. You could give me as much love as you want to, but as soon as you walk away from me, I'm like, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, I gotta go eat worms, you know? So I found out when I got drunk that time, I never wanted to do that again. And I believe that was a prolapse, which propelled me forward. And I only know that because I go to an Immokalee meeting, and there's some wonderful people, unity in the community out there. And in fact, tomorrow night is a campfire meeting. And Fred told me, you know, because I wanted to be that victim. I kept crying about getting drunk. Oh, you know, and poor me, I'm such a victim. And so I stayed a victim. Absolutely. Until I found out.
And what do they say about victims?
Victims do not recover.
So so this whole process has taken you to be very active in a group called CODA.
Correct.
What is CODA?
Codependence Anonymous is a deeply rooted compulsive behavior that is born out of a sometimes moderate, sometimes extremely dysfunctional family system.
Wow. And you had something that you wanted to share with us about something that's coming up that's exciting that has to do with CODA?
Absolutely. CODA is having a convention at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Orlando, Florida. July 11th through the 13th is the conference, the convention. They also have a lot going on, you know,
around the country or other events?
Like international?
International or intergroup?
Everything that comes before a meeting. The back stuff. It's like that you do.
The stuff before a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're having that part. That doesn't concern me, so I'm not focused on it, so I don't remember it. So if you want to know more about CODA, you can go to www.coda.org.
Okay. And you're going to read something from that?
Yeah, I just want to give you a couple of recovery patterns of codependency. A denial pattern is, I have difficulty identifying what I am feeling. In recovery, I am aware of my feelings and I identify them often in the moment. Low self-esteem pattern. I have difficulty making decisions. In recovery, I trust my ability to make effective decisions. Compliance patterns. I value others' opinions or feelings more than my own and I am afraid to express differing opinions and feelings of my own. In recovery, I respect my own opinions and feelings and express them appropriately.
Yeah, keyword appropriately.
And then there's control patterns. I have to be needed in order to have a relationship with others. In recovery, I develop relationships with others based on equality, intimacy, and balance. Those are just one out of each of the like denial, low self-esteem, compliance, and control patterns. These are just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, those are very clear, I think.
Absolutely. And I know that the God of my understanding is pure and absolute love, and I find that I can go to church today and I can listen to the word, I can hear the message without bringing my mess.
Right.
You
Set
know.
aside some time to open your ears and your heart and receive a message.
Absolutely. And the conference, I'm going to be putting together a workshop on parenting myself. And one of the, I'm sure you have other people to come on, so I just want to tell you that one of the ways that I parent myself is when the big judge comes out to judge me and make me feel like a victim, I go to that child inside of me and I comfort me the way I would my daughter.
Yeah.
And I parent myself the way I've always wanted to be parented.
Ah. How's that work? That must obviously work well. But it's a learned process, right? It's not just something that happens bang. You had to have gone through some sort of deal with somebody else that showed you the way to do this, correct?
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you, this lady who's sitting right here in front of me, she loves me. And she shows me love and respect and unconditional love. She has boundaries. She's a healthy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have people that are healthy around you.
Absolutely. And if a person, without taking their inventory, but noticing what their behavior is like, people, places, and things, if a person is not on the road to recovery, well, guess what road they're on?
Yeah, the road to relapse.
That's right. And so it's very, I want to just mention that something that I've been working diligently on for the past 3-4 months is the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And that's be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Do your best. And don't make assumptions. And you can find the 4 Agreements online, YouTube, just Google that and you got it. And you can listen to a whole litany of explanation on why we sometimes believe the things that we do.
That in our head, that we
Yes.
listen to.
We make an agreement. I won't believe anything that I don't already believe. And that's that agreement. And somewhere along the line, someone told me, and I believed that I was worthless.
Yeah, I know. I know too. All right, well, we want to
But I no longer believe that, by the way.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about this monthly meeting. When is it? Where is it?
The Unity in the Community is 351 Ethel Frank Court, Immokalee, Florida. And I can give you that. Ray, he actually went through SWAFIS, and this is his service work.
Yeah, just the dates and times.
Second Friday of every month.
What time?
Dinner, by the way, dinner is there, 6:30, and the meeting is for an hour.
And it's outdoors?
Outdoors, campfire.
Okay.
Bonfire.
And then CODA.
And the CODA website is www.coda.org.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us.
give Angel a nice round of applause. Wonderful testimony. You are listening. We're going to take a break now. We want to again thank Studio 7 Cafe for hosting us. And you're listening to Rated R for Recovery at ratedrforrecovery.com. We'll be
That's going to leave a mark. But not if you bring your vehicle to Dehab Your Automotive Rehab, your one-stop shop for all auto body work and paint. No job too big or small. With over 25 years experience, Dehab can make your vehicle look like the accident never happened. Dehab Your Automotive Rehab is located at 2534 Highland Street, 1 block off Edison Avenue in Fort Myers. So if you have a scratch, ding, dent, or bent, call Dehab Your Automotive Rehab at 332-1813.
Have you been considering a kitchen renovation or bathroom remodeling? There's no one better to call than the professionals at Honey's Construction. Value, beauty, and functionality. Get the right design for your kitchen or bathroom and add significant value to your home. Call Honey's Construction today at 229-4934 for a free in-home consultation. Honey's Construction's purpose and mission is to fulfill dreams and to be grateful for the many blessings we enjoy each and every day. 229-4934. Get the taste of home while eating out. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering. Open daily for breakfast and lunch and located at 2400 First Street in downtown Fort Myers. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering specializes in homemade soups, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. And Gwendolyn's has been rated 5 stars by Urban Spoon and Yelp. Get the taste of home while dining out. Or let us bring the taste of home to your home with our free delivery. Gwendolyn's Cafe and Catering, 2400 First Street, downtown Fort Myers.
Every Friday night at 6:45 p.m., experience Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church at 13 Southeast 21st Place in Cape Coral. The purpose of Celebrate Recovery is to encourage fellowship and to celebrate God's healing power in our lives as we work our way along the road to recovery. By working through the 12 steps and 8 principles of Celebrate Recovery, we grow spiritually and we are freed from our hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Celebrate Recovery every Friday night at 6:45 p.m. at Grace Church, 13 Southeast 21st Place in Cape Coral.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Bust a gut laughing at Off the Hook Comedy Club inside Captain Brian's Seafood and Raw Bar.
For tickets, call 239-389-6900. That's 389-6900. Or visit OffTheHookComedy.com. Off the Hook Comedy Club inside Captain Brian's Seafood and Raw Bar. Enjoy the best raw bar in Southwest Florida and a menu of delicious entrees like juicy prime rib and the best seafood, period. Located at 599 South Collier Boulevard, Suite 218 on Marco Island, across from the Hilton Hotel. Visit OffTheHookComedy.com.
J&J Appliance Repair, Inc. is a Christ-centered company of 3 years. We operate our company using God's golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. That is honestly, dependably, and as quickly as possible at a fair price. That's just what we do. With 30-plus years experience, we keep updated through continuing education. We repair all makes and models, as well as install dishwashers and hot water tanks. There's vent cleaning, which includes the dryer. We're family-owned and operated, insured, licensed, and serviced Lee County. Call 239-440-4452.
When it comes to your vehicle, 2 words are all that really matters: reliable and honest. And that is AJ Auto Repair. Located at 15580 McGregor Boulevard in Fort Myers, AJ Auto Repair has been servicing Lee County for over 20 years. Stop in anytime for a free estimate, like us on Facebook, or call us at 432-2882. That's 432-2882. Remember, for fast, friendly, reliable, honest service, it's AJ Auto Repair. AJ Auto Repair, your one-stop auto repair headquarters. Honest and reliable.
Are you, a friend, or even a family member, or just someone you know looking to buy a home in this tropical paradise? From first-time home buyer to investor, Tiffany Packard has the resources you need to guide you through the purchasing process. Perhaps you have a home you're considering selling or would like to know the value of. Maybe you want to build your dream home and watch as your vision becomes reality. Tiffany Packard can help you with all your real estate needs. Call Tiffany Packard at Myloff Abashan, 542-1075. That's 542-1075, or email Tiffany at myloffabashanrealty.com. Feeling alone? Feeling lost? Feeling helpless? We're here to help.